Welcome back to today's crochet tutorial. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. It's really helpful, and I'm trying to get to 100 plus subscribers by the end of the year. And if you are already one of those subscribers, thank you so much. Please stay subscribed for more tutorials. I try to upload as many tutorials as I can. But if you aren't a subscriber, join the little crochet community that we have here. And let's go ahead and get into our topic of the day, which is how to crochet a summer bralette. So I'm going to be calling this a bralette because it looks like that kind of style. And I know that summer is kind of fading away. It's going into like fall weather. So maybe say for fall break or for winter break, you're going to like go somewhere warm, or like maybe you just want like a crochet top. So I feel like this will be perfect for that. I also have other tutorials on my channel that can also work for that, but that's not our tutorial today. So we're going to be making a bralette. So this is the fourth bralette that I've made. So I have 3, so I'm working on my 4th one right now, and I'm just going to walk you through every step as I can. Now this video is for beginners. I wouldn't say it's for absolute beginners because there is different terms I'm going to use. So if you don't know those things, then I would suggest watching a crochet for beginners tutorial and leave a comment and let me know what you want me to make next. So let's get into our materials. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to be using a 5mm hook, some scissors, and I'm going to be using 2 colors of yarn. You can use any colors of yarn that you want, but I had this pretty little peach color right here. I've used most of the roll of yarn, but it's a peach color, and then I'm going to be using white. So lastly, you're going to want to have some darning needles. Now also, before getting into the tutorial, I know that this is a bit longer intro than some of my other videos, but I did want to mention that I am using a different app for editing, and if you like this app more than the other app that I use, let me know in the comments. This is my first time using this app to edit, so hopefully everything goes well. So the first part that we're going to be working on is the cups here. So what my mistake was here is that I pulled a bit too tight. Now it's going to happen occasionally, but I try for that not to happen as much as I can. Like in the one that I just made, they're not as larger spots, I would say. So this is an example of the cup that we're going to be making today. We're going to make our rows, and then we're going to do like a last row. I wouldn't call it like a, it's kind of just like the border. And then so you'll make 2 cups, and then you'll make like the area that goes below your bust, so it will cover your torso area. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if you have not made a bra cup before, then I'm going to try to walk through it with every step of the way with some tips along the way. But also you shouldn't be crocheting too tightly, or else it will kind of, instead of the bra pad or cup going straight like this, it might end up going a little bit up like that. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. As I said, this is not a video for absolute beginners, so you should know how to make a slip knot without me going through step by step. Next, you're going to chain. Now, before you just chain a random amount, you're going to be like chaining the amount that you need for the bottom of your bust to the middle of your bust. So bottom to middle, and then this will go to the top, or however high you want it to be. So what you're going to do is crochet the amount that you need, and then an extra one because we're doing single crochet and we need one to build off of. So we're going to do a yarn over, pull through 1, so that's a chain. So I'm going to do 15 chains total. Normally I will only need 14, but again, we're adding our extra chain. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I finished chaining and then I double counted. Make sure you have the amount that you need. You're going to want to remember this number so you can do it for the other cup as well. So what we're going to do is single crochet down the chain. So how we're going to do that is skip that first chain, insert it into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Let's continue through the chain. So yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, and you'll just simply continue that down your chain. Now here, if you are someone who likes to crochet very tight, I used to do that, but I think that this part is okay to crochet tight, but I would loosen up for the rest of the project, or more for the cup. So let's finish this off. Now the reason we want to maintain the same amount of chains for the beginning is so that you have the same cup sizes for both of your cups. So next you're going to chain 1, turn your work, then remember not to insert into the chain but into the last single crochet that you worked. So you're just going to single crochet normally up now. Make sure you're not crocheting too tightly. Be careful not to skip any single crochets. This is very important. Okay, here we go. So next you're going to have to just really pay attention because it is more different from our other things that you would typically do. Typically, you would probably just chain 1 and continue working down. But for today, to create the triangle or the point, so if you look here, this is the last place that you single crocheted into. You're going to want to do 3 single crochets into that space. So 1, 2, 3, all into that space. So I know it looks a bit round now, but it will get more pointed the more rows that you do. So next you're going to single crochet into the chain side. This is where you don't want to crochet too tightly or pull too much, or else it's going to create that more opened area. So how you'll do that is go under and make sure you get like all the stitches. So right here, and just really gently crochet. You're not going to want to crochet tightly because again that will create that opened area. I just crochet super loosely, and even then it still creates this small little space. So just super loosely, and if you need to, super slowly, if that is what works for you. So after I work this row with you, I finish down, I'm going to do a few more rows with you, and I will meet you back then when I've to switch the white colors, but of course I'm not going to leave you here on your own. So I'm going to finish off and do a few more rows with you. Now, how we just did that 3 single crochets into the same space, if you wanted to, you could, I should have mentioned this earlier, my apologies, but you could have added a stitch marker into the second stitch or single crochet that you did, so that because for the next few rows we're going to be working into the second single crochet into, like, I'm going to explain it all to you, but if you wanted to, you could go back and do that. So next, chain 1, turn your work. So you're still going to be chaining 1 and turning your work like you normally would. So let's just continue up this row, and you're going to want to keep an eye out for the area that you did your 3 single crochet stitches in. This is key to adding the point and actually making it the cup. Okay, so as we approach it, you're going to go ahead and just keep going. So 2, and then we meet that second single crochet, and you're going to insert your hook, do 3 single crochets into that same stitch. So that's how it's going to repeat each row. And then just continue down that area normally, how you normally would. Okay. So next, if you need, occasionally just like stretch it out so you can kind of bring those stitches a bit more closer together. I'm going to do this row with you and then another one, and then I'll just have you crochet it to your size, and then I'll meet you back for this border. So let's chain 1, turn your work, and continue up the round until you reach your little place where you stop and do the 3 single crochet. Now I know in the description of my channel it says that I like K-pop, but I'm also going to probably, I don't think it will be out by this time the video is posted, but I'm going to be crocheting Kiss of Life's Natty outfit from the new single, or from one of their performances. I'm going to keep talking about this. I'm just going to lead you with the next direction. So next right here, you're going to do 3 single crochet into that space. So do that, and then you're going to continue down the row. So anyways, it was one of Kiss of Life's Mnet performances, and they all wore crochet outfits, and they're all so cute outfits, and I looked at them and I feel like the pattern I could come up with was Natty's outfit, so I'm gonna do that. And if you guys don't know, they're on world tour, but I'm definitely gonna wear that to the concert, the outfit that I crochet. And that's kind of my little K-pop update rant. Okay, so our next direction is to chain 1, turn your work, and continue up the row like last time. Now this is the last row I'll be doing with you before the border. You're going to be sick of me saying this by the end, but I just am going to have to keep reminding you. But also in my description it says that I love books. My bookshelf it needs more books. Like, there's never enough. It could be overflowing and I still need more. I am obsessed with the Shatter Me series. It's like my favorite book series of all time, and the author is actually coming out with a new book next year, and I'm so excited. And it said it was like a spin-off with 2 new characters, which I'm kind of gonna miss, like Juliet Ferris and Erin Warner, but I am probably still gonna love them just as much. I just actually finished reading The Serpent and Dove. Don't read it. Read at your own risk, but yeah, so our next direction is to do 3 single crochet into that little area right here. Now of course you could be adding your stitch markers if that makes it easier for you, but I don't really like doing that sometimes. Next you're going to chain 1, and you're just going to continue down your row again, and you will single crochet into that spot. Keep in mind that you're single crocheting there 3 times. So yeah, this is all I'm going to show for this part. If you haven't figured it out, like the pattern, there are more tutorials on YouTube, and I'm sure there are much more detailed tutorials on YouTube other than mine. There are, because there's just so much better ones. But I'm going to finish off making it the same size, and then I'm going to add that white border, and I will meet you guys back once you reach the size that you want. So how I would measure that is if it covers your full bust, or like not your full bust, but you get what I'm saying. Needs to cover that, but then just that extra, like you want to crochet more than you want for more coverage, and I'm also going to be showing you how to add more coverage at the end. But here, it's just an extra row. You don't have to do it, but it doesn't have to be extra row, but you are gonna want that second color row. And let's go ahead and finish that off, and I'll see you then. Okay everyone, so once you reach your length that you want for your, or like the size you want, I'll go ahead and finish this row out with you, but for our last stitch there's gonna be a different one. So what we're gonna do is still single crochet, so yarn over, pull through 1. Do not yarn over, pull through 2 with this yarn. Instead, we are simply going to get our white yarn or whatever other color you have, and yarn over with that white yarn and pull through both of those pink. So you're going to tie it, so just like that. I like to tie it twice so it doesn't become undone. Next, you will grab your scissors and chop the ends. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1. And then here, like instead of just letting these ends go out and just continuing here, what I'm going to do is take my hook under those ends like this and then go insert it into that. Hold these down, pull through 1, pull through 2. So basically we're just going to be single crocheting over these ends like this. And for this row you are just simply going to keep going and doing it the normal way, how you normally would do it. And I'll meet you back once you finish this row. Alright, so after you finish like that row, you're just going to chain 1 and cut off. I didn't get footage of that, but again, if you're not a beginner, I'm sure like you know what to do. Even if you are a beginner, I'm sure you know how to chain 1 and cut off. I just needed you to finish that row. So basically this is what it looks like. Next we're going to work on the underbust area. This is what it looks like. So what we're going to do is start with the color that you used for the border of your cup. So you're going to make a slip knot. You're going to chain the amount that you want. Now I'm not going to chain a lot because I've already done mine. So you're going to want to have an extra chain, single crochet, so just continue backwards. And then for your last single crochet, you're going to do that yarn over, pull through 1, but you're not going to finish that. You're going to single crochet. I'm not going to knot it because this is just some scrap yarn I have. I don't want to waste it. Next chain, turn your work, and crochet down that. And again, of course, you will crochet your ends in if you don't want to have to chain those in, but because this is just so long, like just scrap yarn, I'm going to do it this way. Next chain, turn your work and crochet down the row. And simply that's how you're going to make the area for your underbust, like that. Now of course it's going to be a bigger size. Basically what you want to do is chain the amount that will fit, a few extra chains too, and then you're going to just you just continue the steps that I gave you, and I'll meet you back once you finish that. Okay everyone, so next you're going to, and hopefully my instructions were clear. If they weren't, you can comment down below and I'll try my best to, I'll respond to your comment and I'll try to get to it as fast as I can. So this is what it should look like. Now this is just how much you like, this is just your personal preference, how you feel comfortable in your clothes. So, you know, just crochet as much as you want. So next you're going to take your cups and make sure that it will be facing away. But again, we're going to keep it towards the stitches facing towards us. So we have the bra cup here and right here. So if you have one, I would probably take a little tape measure or something to measure it, just so we can like center them. So again, this is not necessary, that's why I did not include it in the materials in the beginning, but of course you can have one, just because I feel like this will create it to be more even. So I'm going to say that this is 24 inches, and the cups are 7.5 inches. So if you want, you can do some math, but basically these two together is 15-ish inches, I want to say. Yeah, like 14 inches. Or this is around 14 inches. And if the total is 24 inches, we're probably gonna want, so basically what we're gonna want is to place your cup here and to place them here. Now if you want, as I believe I told you in the beginning, you're going to want a stitch marker. If you do not have a stitch marker, that is completely fine. Once again, I am just like saying things that could help you out. This is not like something that you have to do. So I'm going to grab the bra cup and place it at my stitch marker at around 5 inches. And then I'm going to put this right here. And that's just really how we're going to do it. I'm going to grab another one, or you do not need another stitch marker. Alright, so next I'm going to grab my color that you use for the main parts of it. You're going to grab your scissors, and well, first you're going to measure about the cup. So I'm going to probably cut this much so I can use this to sew in the cups. And you're going to cut. And once you do that, you're going to want to have your darning needle. Okay. So next you're going to insert your yarn into your darning needle. Just like that. Next, here's what I'm going to do. Here, I'll zoom in for you. Hopefully this is clear for you guys. So I'm going to insert my darning needle, and of course I'm going to knot it so it doesn't become undone. So pull that. Okay, so next I'm going to insert it right here. And you can go ahead and take out your stitch marker. Next you're going to insert your hook there. Insert it into the next single crochet. And basically you are just going to single crochet this padding or cup onto it. So I will meet you back once I finish doing this cup, and I will instruct you what to do next after you finish this one right here. Okay everyone, so I just finished sewing that cup in. So this is what it looks like right now, right there. So just to be safe, so it may not come undone, I'm just going to knot it. Now of course this is not necessary for right now, because, and make sure that you do not cut, right, because we're going to be continue using this yarn to sew in the other cup. So let's go ahead and I'll get you started on that, and then I'll end you on that as well. Okay, so how this is going to work is inserting your hook right here. I'm going to insert it into the same hook that, or the same single crochet that I just knotted it in. Alright, and you're going to want to make sure your stitches are facing the same way. So yeah, so that's what it is, and then just continue sewing it in. Simple as that. Just like that, and you'll just keep on continuing through there, and I'll show you how to finish off once you finish. Alright guys, real quick, but you're just going to once again just insert your needle through here. This is where finishing off, remember, and knot it. You can do it once, twice, however many times you want. Just knot it. And next, once I come back with the next part, I'm going to show you how we're going to add more coverage right in here. Guys, so I just filmed part of it, but it wasn't in the right camera angle. So I'm just going to explain what it was real quick. So we're going to be adding more coverage right through here. I zoomed in so I can make sure that you can see better. So let's go ahead and do that. So before that we add our tail into the hook, we are going to, let's see here. So you're going to insert your hook right there. So you're going to insert it into one of the cups, and then into the other one, and then you're going to insert your hook inside there. Okay, next you're going to continue upwards. Really, you just can do as many as you want, but this is right here is purely just personal preference. So basically you're just going to do that all the way up. Hopefully my instructions are clear enough. If not, once again, you can comment your questions and I will answer it for you. So I'm going to bring this closer so it's also easier for me to see. But I'm going to insert my needle right into the last place that we inserted it, but coming in from the other side. Next, you're going to insert your needle in, and then you're going to carefully hold that there, then you're going to tie. Make sure that it's tight. So now it's more covered right there. It's more together. So we're going to weave in our ends at the end of this project. So right now, what I'm going to have you do is we're going to do the back right here. So again, if you didn't understand how to do this part, comment down below and I'm going to try my best to answer all the questions that you have, but basically it's just a big rectangle. So what you're going to want to have is your yarn that is, once again, not the yarn like you're gonna want this yarn that you used for the most part. And I did leave a long tail because you could just sew it together, but then I was like, you know what, I don't think like that's gonna be too tight. I'm not gonna be able to like fit it, like be able to pull it down. So we're going to be chaining the part that's going to close this part up. Now, once again, hopefully my instructions are going to be clear. I'm trying my best to explain all this, but really how you tie it is going to just be all up to you. So I'm probably going to do, now I want you to be able to have like a fashionable, like, I don't want it to look like bad in the back, you know, like you don't want that kind of top. So I'm going to be showing you what we're going to do. So you're going to take your hook. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and put up your darning needles because you're not going to need that until the very end-ish. After we finish up our back, we're moving on to the straps, by the way. So first you're going to make a slip knot. And let's go ahead and chain 50. Now, of course, your chains don't have to be the same amount, but we're going to be using this to tie a bow. Like, I'm going to be making 3 chains of 50, but I'm going to show you an example of how we're doing that. So you're going to cut off. You don't need to chain an extra one. You're all good. So I'm going to insert it here at the bottom. It's about right here. Let me zoom in. So like right around here in this area. I'm going to do it a little bit up right here. So next you're going to wrap around your chain around your hook, and you're just going to pull a side through like that. And then you're going to insert it right here. And make sure, like, if your hook is going in this way on one side, it's not going in this way on the other. That is really important. Alright, so right here, I'll zoom back out for you. Alright, so how we will do this is say that this is the amount that I need in between. I will just go right here, or probably I will do a tie first, just a little tie. It doesn't need to be tight, of course. And then you'll just make a little bow. So it looks like that on the back. Now we're going to make 2 more that goes right here and right here. So go ahead and make 2 more chains of 50 and I'll be right back. Okay, so next guys, I'm going to have you take your darning needle and weave in all of the ends. I've already applied the rest of my little bows, so go ahead and finish weaving in your ends, and then we'll come back to do the neck thing, or like the straps. Okay everyone, I just completed weaving in all of my ends, so now our next step is going to be to add the strap, or the like neck. It's going to go around your neck. Simply how you're going to do this is by doing a double crochet type thing. So you're going to want to get your yarn that you have not used, that's like that you use for your borders. You're going to make a slip knot. Okay, so you're going to make a slip knot. And then chain 2, yarn over, and then if you look closely, you'll go back into this first chain, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 3. So it looks like that, and then you'll go yarn over, insert your hook into right there, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 3. Let me do 2 more with you, and basically you're just gonna make the amount that goes around your neck. Of course, you can find more tutorials like this on YouTube. So insert your hook right there, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 3, and again, insert that hook right there, pull through 1, pull through 2, pull through 3. Now go ahead and do the amount that will go around your neck, and make sure that this tail is going to be long enough to sew it into the top of the cup, so that will be the straps. Okay guys, so now I have just finished the amount that I want to go around my neck. I want it to be a bit tighter so I can hold everything up. Chain 1, and once again cut it far enough so you have enough to sew on. And let me show you what you're going to do next. So guys, so this is what we have so far, and of course we have our cute little ribbons on the back. So next you're going to grab this, grab your needle, and you're going to take your cup, go to the center where we did that 3, and you'll just simply sew it on. And of course you'll end up knotting it off and tying it. So go ahead and do that for here and for the next side, and I'll meet you back after that. Alright guys, so I just finished adding the straps and leaving in all of my ends, and this is what we're left with. So if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe because it's a lot of help. And if you don't already know, I'm trying to reach at least 100 subscribers by the end of the year. If you could, please help me get there by the end of the month. And if you have already subscribed, thank you so much. And well, yeah, that's our tutorial for today. Hope you'd enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.